For 31 days, a 2-year-old child was missing. No one had called the police, no missing person report had been filed. And when investigators finally became involved, they uncovered a story filled with lies, contradictions, and questions that remained unanswered to this day. Hello, spirits, and welcome to the Ghost Files. Tonight, we're looking into one of the most controversial criminal cases in American history, the Casey Anthony case. To understand how the story unfolded, we have to go back to the beginning. Casey Mary Anthony was born on March 19, 1986, in Warren, Ohio, to George and Cindy Anthony. The family later moved to Orlando, Florida, where Casey grew up alongside her brother Lee. Friends and family would later describe Casey as someone who had a habit of lying, even about relatively small things. As she got older, her relationship with her parents became strained. Despite this, she continued living with them. In 2005, Casey became pregnant. For months, she concealed the pregnancy from many of the people around her. Then, on August 9, 2005, she gave birth to her daughter named Kaylee Anthony. One mystery surrounded Kaylee from the beginning, the identity of her father. Casey gave different answers to different people. Over time, multiple stories would emerge. Despite family tensions, Kaylee quickly became the center of attention in the Anthony household. Casey's parents often helped care for her, and by many accounts, they played a major role in raising the young child. On June 15, 2008, family tensions reportedly boiled over during an argument inside the Anthony home. The following day, June 16, Casey left with Kaylee. According to investigators, this would be the last sighting of Kaylee Anthony. Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into a month, yet nobody reported Kaylee missing. During that time, Casey continued socializing with friends, spending time with her boyfriend, Tony Lazaro, and attending parties. Whenever friends or family asked where Kaylee was, Casey reportedly offered explanations that Kaylee was with the nanny or staying elsewhere. Meanwhile, concern with the Anthony family continued to grow. Then in July, an abandoned vehicle connected to Casey Anthony was recovered from a tow yard. When George Anthony arrived to pick up the vehicle, both he and the employee at the lot noticed a powerful odor coming from inside the car. The discovery alarmed the family. On July 15, 2008, Cindy Anthony finally called 911.
We're talking about a 3-year-old little girl. My daughter finally admitted that the baby's in the store. I need to find her.
Your daughter admitted that the baby is where?
But the babysitter took her a month ago that my daughter's been looking for. I told you my daughter was missing for a month. I just found her today, but I can't find my granddaughter. She just admitted to me that she's been trying to find her herself. There's something wrong. I found my daughter's car today, and it smells like there's been a dead body in the damn car.
Police immediately launched an investigation. When questioned by detectives, Casey claimed she had left Kaylee with a nanny named Zenaida Gonzalez, often referred to as Zanny the nanny, and that the nanny had disappeared with the child. Investigators quickly began checking Casey's story. The problem was that almost none of it appeared to be true. The addresses didn't match. The phone numbers led to nowhere. Detectives were unable to verify key parts of Casey's account. Then came another revelation. Casey told investigators she had worked at Universal Studios. Detectives followed her there. Eventually, Casey admits she no longer worked there. As investigators dug deeper, they found themselves chasing one false lead after another. On July 16th, Casey Anthony was arrested on charges related to child neglect, providing false statements, and obstruction. As public attention intensified, investigators examined evidence from Casey's vehicle. Experts testified that signs consistent with decomposition were found in the trunk of the car, along with hair evidence that became a major point of debate during the case. By this point, the story had become national news. Months passed with no sign of Kaylee. Then on December 11, 2008, human remains were discovered less than a mile from the Anthony family home.
December 11, 2008. Skeletal remains are found in a wooded area close to the Anthony home.
This is Orange County Utilities Emergency Dispatch. We found a human skull.
Oh my gosh.
The discovery was made by a meter reader, Roy Kronk. Investigators wasted no time trying to identify the remains. 5 days later, they had their answer.
With regret, I'm here to inform you that the skeletal remains found on December 11th are those of the missing toddler, Kaylee Anthony.
The discovery devastated the family and transformed the investigation into a homicide case. In 2011, the trial began. Prosecution argued that Casey Anthony intentionally killed her daughter and then attempted to cover up the crime. They pointed to her repeated lies, evidence recovered during the investigation, and internet searches that became heavily debated during the trial. The defense offered a very different explanation. They argued that Kaylee's death was accidental and maintained that prosecutors could not prove exactly how she died. For weeks, the nation watched. The trial became one of the most heavily publicized criminal cases in modern American history. But in a criminal court, suspicion is not enough. The jury's responsibility was to determine whether prosecutors had proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt. On July 5th, 2011, the verdict was announced. Casey Anthony was found not guilty of first-degree murder, aggravated child abuse, and aggravated manslaughter. She was convicted only on charges related to providing false information to law enforcement. The verdict shocked much of the public. Many believed justice had not been served. Others argued that the prosecutors simply failed to meet the burden of proof required for a conviction. More than a decade later, the case continues to generate debate, not because people agree on what happened, but because they don't. The truth is that many questions remain unanswered. What exactly happened to Kaylee Anthony? How did she die? And how could investigators ever truly reconstruct the events of those missing 31 days? Those questions continue to haunt one of the most controversial cases in American history. Rest in peace, Kaylee Anthony.